Hello, it's your man StyleCom back again with another video. And today's topic of discussion will probably be my most controversial video I've ever made on wristwatches. You say, StyleCom, what the hell are you talking about? Well, today's topic of discussion will be all wristwatches are luxury. Said, what do you mean all wristwatches are luxury? No, they're not. Actually, yes, they are. And this is, of course, my opinions. And now I looked up the definition of luxury. It's adding a pleasure or comfort, but not absolutely necessary. Now, by today's standards, you technically don't need a wristwatch anymore. It's a luxury. You don't need one. Between cell phones that you have now, which always have the time on it, and to be quite honest, my cell phone stays with me 24/7. Sometimes I leave it in my office, I walk away from it, but when I go to sleep at night, guess what? It's always next to me near my bed. But needless to say, my wristwatch never is. It's always in the safe. The little cheap fitness trackers. It's cost me a few dollars. I use it a lot, count my steps, make sure I'm trying to stay fit. It has the time on it. You don't need a wristwatch any longer. So anything you purchase could be classified as luxury. So if you spend $200 for a wristwatch, that's not really luxury. Well, if you don't need it, it actually is, and that's by definition. Now, the other thing is, depending upon your financial circumstances, something could be considered luxury. When I first started out collecting watches, I'm going to date myself with this video, but I saved my money up. When I got out of college. My first job paid me $9 an hour, a 40-hour work week, $360. From that, they take 25% in taxes. And my first good watch was a Seiko LaSalle. Now, the LaSalle name, if you're interested, they don't use it anymore. Back in the day, Seiko had two lines. They had the regular line, Seiko, and then they had the Seiko LaSalle, which was the upscale version. And with that, I think that watch cost me $600 at that particular time. So I'm only making $9 an hour. I saved my money up so I could buy this watch because I had to pay for my apartment, I had to pay for my car, I had to pay for light, gas, food, any entertainment, movies, going out to eat. So when you take into consideration the money that I was making and the price of that watch, that was luxury to me. So people out there that bash other brands, this is not luxury, this is not luxury. Now there's higher forms of luxury, most definitely. If you live in a house or a trailer, you have a place to live, that's basic accommodations. Now when you move up the ladder, now you got a 5-bedroom house with 5 bathrooms. Now that's more luxurious, but you know what? Where I live at, we have like a little tent community where a bunch of homeless people gather together, and there might be 30 of them, and they live in tents all year long. So a basic house would probably, or even a trailer, would be luxury to these people because they're living outside in tents, no electricity, no heat, no television, no cell phones. These people are living, on the basic necessities, food, water, and they have a roof over their head. But that $100,000 house that you might make fun of, or someone else might, they would look at that and go, I wish I had something like that. And with wristwatches, it's the same thing because you don't need a watch ever again. I mean, I look at the time on my cell phone more often than I look at the time on my wrist. That's just become the reality of the world, between checking text messages, seeing if you missed a call. You train yourself to actually look at your cell phone quite frequently. So you don't need a watch. So anything out there, if you're buying a $200 Invicta, that could be considered luxury, believe it or not. I mean, depending upon what your opinion is, like I said, there are higher forms of luxury, most definitely. But needless to say, for those that are riding, when I got my first job, I used to ride my bicycle, to work. And it's because I didn't have a car. But I saved my money up, and then I bought a car. And then from then, I just kept getting car after car after car. But believe you me, that $500 car looked luxurious to me, compared to riding my bicycle. I would ride it in the rain. I would ride it in the snow. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, so everything I have, I had to work for. And it did give me a sense of pride when I got my first car. That first car cost me $500. And back then, I thought that was a lot of money. You know, today's money, $500 is probably about $1,100 and some change. But those of you out there that watch videos on YouTube about wristwatches, just remember one thing: anything can be luxurious to anyone, depending upon what your background is, depending upon what your financial situation is. And with that, you don't really need a wristwatch anymore. Once again, this is your man StyleCon. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, leave them in the section down below, and I will check you out in the next video.